probably one of the more entertaining shows that Disney Channel produced. It went 2 to 3 seasons, and I really think that that really sent Demi Lovato's career into a whole different direction. And that was probably where a lot of the pressure was put on Demi Lovato, because this was the first time, I think, with the exception of Camp Rock and the Princess Protection Program, which she starred with Selena Gomez in, where she actually played the princess. I think the roles for that movie, I'll go on record for saying that the roles for that movie definitely should have been reversed. Demi Lovato should have probably played the laid-back, type of character, and Selena Gomez probably should have played the princess. That was a different type of role for Selena, because we remember her for Demi Lovato, excuse me, that was a different type of role for Demi Lovato, because we remember seeing her in movies like Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2, which was just released recently. And I really think that, we were used to seeing her be that laid-back type of character that really didn't care about much, and, was all about being herself and representing herself for who you really were. And, seeing her as a princess was an entirely different role that a lot of fans really weren't accustomed to seeing. And I found it very hard to, get used to that, but I think Princess Protection Program altogether was a phenomenal production, and it really, brought the best out of Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez, definitely. I remember seeing that movie on Disney Channel. Next day I had a copy of the movie given to me, and I had the opportunity to check it out and review it, and I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. A lot of people believed that on the screen, Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez exemplified such tremendous chemistry with one another. It was absolutely unbelievable. But like I said, we were used to seeing her play that, laid-back type of character, that Mitchie character from Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2, which was released back in 2010. And I really think that that's the role she should have played. Definitely the roles should have been reversed. But I really think that a lot of the pressure, came when, she had to act to the fullest extent for, the Sunny with a Chance show, because definitely Disney invested a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of interest into Demi Lovato, and you could see that when they really catapulted her singing direction and began to massively promote it, and made Demi Lovato one of the major Disney stars. Out of the 4 or 5 that are always constantly highlighted, Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, and the Jonas Brothers, are the 4 or 5 that are constantly highlighted. You got your other ones that are kind of, in the background, in the shadows of everything, like, Mitchell Musso and Emily Osment, Tiffany Thornton, and what have you. But I really think that, these 4 or 5 are definitely in the spotlight a significant amount of time, and a lot of pressure, undergoes with them. But I really think that, they really tried to send her career into an entirely different direction, and really make her one of the major stars. It seemed like she was going to be the one to replace Miley Cyrus and be the next, teen idol after Miley finished up with Hannah Montana in its 4th season. It seemed like they were going to heavily, start marketing Demi Lovato to be the next Miley Cyrus, with her unbelievable ability to sing. She has this God-given ability to be able to curl her voice and, hit the high notes so effectively and so powerfully and so well. And that's something that, you should take into consideration when you listen to a Demi Lovato song. We played one here for you. It's called Me, Myself, and Time at the beginning of the show to take us into the show in this week's audio commentary. It's called Me, Myself, and Time, and it was produced for the Sunny with a Chance season, and it was produced for season 2, and it was probably one of the only times that she had the opportunity to perform and sing on the show, with the exception of High School Miserable, which was nothing more than a parody of High School Musical, which I found pretty entertaining. They were sent to military school, and it was called High School Miserable, and they did a parody of, High School Musical and everything, pretty funny. But I really think that, that song, is a perfect example of how she was able to hit the high notes and really do a fantastic job and stand out as one of the best singers, the Disney Channel had over the past number of years. And I really, really enjoyed, the majority of the shows that were produced for Sunny with a Chance. And I really, can never emphasize enough. If there's one Disney show you should check out, definitely it was Sunny with a Chance. But you could really see in that show how stress was a huge factor for her, and what led to her, having that massive breakdown that she had. Or at least that's what the media, makes it look out to be. They make it look like it was, a major breakdown that she had suffered from, and, immediately she had to be sent into this rehab facility. And I often wonder, what is really the procedure when somebody is sent in for rehab, and what kind of exercises and rehab techniques are incorporated with the procedure of being rehabbed, as they say, from it all. And I often wonder, if rehab was definitely necessary for someone like her, because for the majority of it, it seemed like no matter what she was presented with, she could just run with it, and she was just such a laid-back character on the Disney shows, no matter if it was in a Disney Channel original movie. None of her movies actually made it to the theater, and was a theatrical production. That's something that you should take from this week's audio commentary. Most of it was done for Disney Channel. The Hannah Montana movie was another example of that, and High School Musical. High School Musical was just originally casted for Disney Channel, so was Hannah Montana the movie. At the last minute, these movies were, the final decision was made. They were going to be theatrical productions, and everybody was absolutely psyched over it. I remember Jason Earls being absolutely psyched over the fact Hannah Montana the movie was going to be a theatrical production. But I really think that a lot of pressure was definitely put under her and on her to be, the huge star that she is. But I really think that, rehab for her, I don't know if you agree with me or you disagree with me for this week's audio commentary, but I really think that rehab was absolutely unnecessary for her, and I don't think that people should have jumped to immediate conclusions and sent her for rehab. And the funny thing is, unless you go on DemiLovato.com and see what she's been up to, or go on her Twitter or her Facebook or her MySpace, which of course is myspace.com/Demi Lovato and twitter.com /Demi Lovato as well, just the name plus the provider of the service included there. I'll include all those links. I'll throw them out one more time before the conclusion of this week's audio commentary, but I really think, rehab definitely was not necessary. But the funny thing is, she was never heard of or seen after that. She finished up Camp Rock 2, which was one of her final productions that she was involved with, and after that, she never went on to make a movie. I know Ramona and Beezus was a movie that was heavily promoted by Selena Gomez. It was just recently released on Blu-ray and DVD, got phenomenal reviews and great reviews, and ever since then, it seems like the media can't stop talking about Selena Gomez enough. Everybody craves, the latest, Selena Gomez news or what have you, and a lot of people really can't stop talking about, Miley Cyrus because of her performance in The Last Song. She's got that So Undercover movie coming out later this year as well, where she plays a tough undercover cop. I don't have a lot of information on her role for her latest film from Touchstone Pictures, but you can go to MileyCyrus.com to find out what's up with that. But yeah, Demi was never heard of or seen after that. I don't know if anybody out there listening to this, whether it be on our official radio forum or on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is being relaunched, by the way, with new content, new material, and some old school material that you're used to hearing on our YouTube channel and checking out. I'll have more information on that in the coming weeks. But nobody has seen her since, and I'm wondering if anybody out there listening to this has any information on what she's been up to, or if she's even out of rehab. It's been several months since she was sent in there. The date was November 1st. If you have any information on where Demi Lovato is, or her whereabouts, you can forward it to us, hewwrestling@hotmail.com, or on our MySpace page, myspace.com /HEW Entertainment Radio. Send us a friend's request along with the information you have, or you can leave it at the bottom of our form or on our YouTube channel in the comments section for the video, which of course is Jonathan Clarke talks about Demi Lovato sent into rehab. So definitely, you can leave your opinions and thoughts or any information you have about her whereabouts. But I think this, attention that the media has been giving it definitely is absolute bullshit, because this is someone who has virtually been, touring all over the world. She's had the opportunity to perform in Canada, which a lot of the Disney stars haven't had the opportunity to do that. She's had the opportunity to perform internationally. Now, I know a lot of the Disney stars have been over there in Europe and different parts of the world, but not very many of them have the opportunity to perform in Canada. She toured Canada with the Jonas Brothers recently in towns like Montreal, cities like Montreal. A lot of people really don't have the opportunity to do that, and I think that, her work with the Jonas Brothers for the Camp Rock movie was absolutely phenomenal. Pure chemistry between herself and Joe Jonas for a lot of the songs that they recorded together. There were a lot of wonderful, wonderful, duets that they performed. Wouldn't Change a Thing is probably one of my favorite ones that she performed with him, and that other one, Leave It on the Line, which was one that was produced many years ago, that a lot of people, still go on YouTube and check out. I'm a sucker for that one. And there was This Is Me. That was the original one of the first ones that herself and Joe Jonas released for the inaugural Camp Rock. No matter what song those two were, presented with, they did a phenomenal job with it. The voices for those songs absolutely mixed, and very few people can come together and put together a song and make it stand out. John Mayer and Taylor Swift are probably one of the only two people that you can put together and have them perform a song and it really stand out. Half of My Heart is a phenomenal song which we spin for you on occasion here on HEW Entertainment Variety Radio, but I really think that, very few people can come together and perform a phenomenal song. Sheryl Crow and Miley Cyrus's Need a Little Love, which was put together for Hannah Montana Forever, is a wonderful song too. And Billy Ray Cyrus's song with Hannah Montana, I Learned From You, very popular song that a lot of people love to listen to. I think that, very few people can come together and make a phenomenal song. But Demi Lovato and Joe Jonas just have this God-given writing ability when it comes to a song. They put their thoughts and they put their heart into a song, and they really make it work. This Is Me, Wouldn't Change a Thing, and Leave It on the Line, which also features the rest of the Jonas Brothers, is a phenomenal example of that. In the inaugural Camp Rock, when I heard This Is Me for the first time, I got chills from listening to it. I have to tell you, I got chills. And when I heard Wouldn't Change a Thing, I remember when the second installment of Camp Rock was released, and I remember that song was going to be on there, and I had seen sneak peeks